set. I can't stop hustling every minute, every second. Can't stop.
CM Punk news again. The former Naomi trademarks a new name, and Randy Orton making a return to WWE. All this and more on this brand new edition of Shot of Brew.
What's up, party people? This is Bros, Brews, and Botches with another episode of Shot of Brew. It's Wrestlemania week, y'all. And just to let you know, I'm here, your bro, Yellow Boy, for this Wrestlemania week. And I hope that last week went well because we're going to have a jam-packed WrestleMania week this week. But if this is your first time watching, this is a Shot of Brew where we bring you a shot of news from the week in wrestling. But before we get started, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification button so that you know when the bros are going to be bringing you something new to you, the people. You people. But without further ado, let's get to the news. So CM Punk made a little bit of news this week. You may have heard about it, maybe not. So just when we thought the CM Punk news had died down and some talks of the possibility of Punk returning to AEW and showing some forgiveness for the brawl out at Fallout or All Out, he explodes the internet all over again. Giggity. Now on March 24th, the former AEW World Champion took to Instagram in a now deleted post lambasting Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, and the Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer. It seems that this was begun from a post that Dave Meltzer had made on Figure 4 Weekly message board, where Meltzer said that Punk did not agree to lose the AEW Championship to Moxley after his foot injury. Now, I won't go through the post that Punk put up on IG. Most of you have seen it by now or know where to find it. The high points are that Punk called Meltzer a liar, Chris Jericho a liar and stooge, and said that he was being told to wrestle Jon Moxley without being medically cleared, which is a big one. Now, in regards to Jericho, Punk appeared to be blaming him for the backstage stories of how Punk dealt with Tony Khan, Moxley, and others, also referring to reports that deemed Punk as a locker room cancer. Now, Fightful Select have updated, noting that sources within AEW have now lost confidence that Punk would be returning to the company following the post. Now, in my humble opinion, if Punk was being asked to perform without being medically cleared, then shame on AEW. But also, I'm not sure if airing dirty laundry on social media is the best way to handle the situation. And also, before folks begin to argue in the comments, remember that none of us were actually there backstage in AEW during any of these events, and the only ones to know the actual truth are the parties involved. But as always, as more information breaks, we'll let you know. Now, in other news, the former Naomi, Trinity Fatu, has trademarked a new name. Now, on March 23rd, Trinity Fatu, formerly known as Naomi in WWE, reportedly filed a trademark with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. This occurred the same day as a fan responded to a post from Trinity announcing her participation in WrestleCon during WrestleMania weekend. The fan basically asked if Naomi was still a part of WWE, to which Trinity responded, quote, "No, friend," end quote, indicating that she is no longer under contract with WWE. Now, the name that she trademarked was Trinity Star. Will this mean Trinity will be popping up in some new promotions? And where would you like to see Trinity go, and who should she wrestle? Sound off below in those comments. Now, from one wrestler possibly showing up in a different promotion, to one possibly making their way back to WWE. During the latest Wrestling Observer radio show, Dave Meltzer was asked about Randy Orton's status, and it would look like Orton would be making a return to WWE TV soon. Meltzer reported, quote, "All the indications are that he's on his way back," which is also good news because at the end of last year, there were definitely people worried about him, end quote. Now, as I had reported a couple of episodes ago on Shot of Brew, legendary bootmaker Jose G. Sands stated that he would be making some new boots for Orton's return. Additionally, it was reported that Orton is being brought to LA for Mania weekend. Now, we're not sure if this could mean that we see Orton on camera or if he's even going to be a part of WrestleMania as a show, but anything is possible. And of course, when we find out something, you find out something. Now, on this subject of surprise appearances during Mania, it's also being reported that a former WWE star will be brought in for an angle. Now, despite it not yet being announced which night it will go on, the rivalry between Edge and Finn Balor will culminate in a Hell in a Cell match at Mania. There have been teasings that Balor will bring back the, quote, demon persona, end quote, for the match. Well, Edge could also be receiving something special in the match. Per PW Insider Elite, WWE is planning to bring in former Star and Brood stablemate Gangrel for Edge. Now, it's unclear per the report if WWE will be using him in the match or if he'll be part of Edge's entrance. But let's face it, how cool would it be to see Edge enter and doing his entrance with the Brood entrance, the Brood music, and the whole presentation of the like, even though Christian, who is currently contracted to AEW, won't be there. Still be cool. But I guess we'll have to see this coming weekend at what capacity that Gangrel will participate in. Now, finally, ending off this episode, as this is a very WrestleMania heavy episode of Shot of Brew, we have an update of sorts on Bray Wyatt's situation and alternate WrestleMania plans. Now, although it was a hot return for Wyatt bringing him back into the WWE with the White Rabbit vignettes and the QR codes, it's also been kind of marred with questionable decisions and injuries. Now, reportedly, Wyatt has had an illness that's kept him off of TV for several weeks, including missing the house show at Madison Square Garden. It's also been noticed that the references of Wyatt and Bobby Lashley and their feud that was supposedly culminate at WrestleMania has been pulled back as well. Now, with his WrestleMania plans at risk, Bobby Lashley is willing to wrestle anyone who wants to step up. He's been making it very known. Now, per WrestleVotes, WWE has plans possibly to have Lashley do something with LA Knight. Yeah, let me talk to you. But currently, there are no updates on Wyatt, and the LA Knight plans have been in talks for a few weeks. So with night one of Mania happening on Saturday, we're going to see what they're going to do with Lashley, as Monday is the go-home show of Raw for Mania, and SmackDown be the go-home show for Mania as well. So they have two more shows to kind of put something together for Lashley, if they're going to do something for Lashley. And then we'll also hope to see what's going to happen to Bray Wyatt next. Hopefully he's okay, and hopefully he's not going to be out for too much longer. But that's the news, you guys. Make sure that you like this video, and as always, if you could be so kind, to also post a comment to help us aid in the algorithm and get our way to 1K subs. Also, please check out the description below to follow all your favorites of Bros, Brews, and Botches, including Hogsworth, who has his own Instagram, so go follow that. Also, if you haven't already, go check out the Elevated Creations link to go in the link tree to go get you some Bros, Brews, and Botches merch. Also, with the music playing in the background and even more, go check out the link for DJ L Spade and all of his music. Also, programming note. This coming week is going to be very busy. So next Sunday / Monday, there will be no Shot of Brew. I know it may sadden some of you, but the bros plan to be very busy with the Mania weekend. So tentatively Friday, we're going to try once again to have a Supercard of Honor post show with Hogs Wars, who's been following it. If you follow our Instagram, you know that you see the posts from the Ring of Honor weekly shows pop up. Well, that's Hog Wars. Hogs Wars has been diligent to watch Ring of Honor, so hopefully he'll be able to do a Ring of Honor post show either Friday night afterwards or Saturday. We'll figure that out. Then of course Saturday, Stand and Deliver NXT will be Saturday midday. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you a post show right before night 1 of WrestleMania. Then night 1 and 2 of WrestleMania, we're gonna try to have a post show for both of those nights. No promises, but we're gonna try. A lot. So also, if you're following us on socials, keep following us on Instagram, because we're still going to have our normal with the normal live results from the weekly shows, and also our Mad Dog Mondays and Sips, and possibly much more. So just continue to stay tuned to Instagram for any updates on any of that, so that you can be tuned in for what's going on with the bros. However, that is the end. I want to say thank you for watching. Please go check out all the stuff that I talked about. Hopefully you'll enjoy the WrestleMania weekend. And as always, we love you. And until the next time, we out.
Every minute, every second.